So there was a real like aversion to it, like a shutdown.
Oh, 100%.
Wow.
Oh God, yeah. We got raided a couple of times and got away with it. We got raided on our third birthday party in round the corner, actually, in Brick Lane. We were running underground parties, so we were taking on venues that didn't have a license, but I had the license in mind in terms of what had to be in there for safety. So fire, exits, all that shit, we were there. But we just were hit and run. We'd go to a venue, put a party, go to another venue, put on a party. We were jumping around like that. And obviously I worked quite cleverly because the way to not get stopped down was because it was so, the police and the authorities would not really know about it because it was so underground, because it was all mail shot. The other thing we used to do as well, I used to do like 10,000 mail shot in the end. So mail shot and going around giving out flyers to people individually, very personalised. And so that way, the whole of that scene was underground but overground, but in a way that it just kept attracting more and more people that were curious to go into that scene. So once you've got that, and then obviously loads of other clubs started. TG, Torture Garden, they started, Dave and Alan at the time, they started Torture Garden a year after coming to mine, and I'm still friends with them to this day. We were really healthy rivals, we were great. And I think our club and their club together really made the scene really explode, because they came from a more lifestyle attitude in terms, because their hardcore element were predominantly goths. That was their original people that came to TG. Their music weren't like us. Their shows weren't like. I mean, David and Alan's shows were all about, oh my God, people being on hooks and really outrageous, edgy, really kind of testing your sense and sensibility and your sexual attitude. Where mine was about getting a guy's dick hard and a girl's pussy wet.
Yeah.
So that was the difference. So mine was always tongue-in-cheek, bit more light, slightly lighter. We were called like the Sharon and when we initially started, we were called the Sharon and Tracy of the fetish world, for want of a better word, because in creating Submission, we also created a load of other underground clubs that were really underground. So we'd create the big clubs, and then we go and find cherry-pick people to come to the more underground clubs.
Wow.
Yeah, which were really, really quite mad.
And what would you say? What would be the feedback from people who came? What would be a general experience?
Well, I still get feedback from people now that from 30 years ago that just keep saying to me, "Your club was like changed my life." I've got some,
because that's the impression I get, life-changing.
I've got a lot of people got married from it, a hell of a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I put loads of people together, and I was a massive advocate of kind of sexual liberation and freedom. My attitude on things have altered somewhat from there in terms of the scene is amazing. When you're of a certain age, there's anything's possible, literally. Anything's possible. And people's sexual preferences different. Let's say, how can I best describe it? There's a multitude of new feelings and desires and needs and desires that you experience when you are allowed to be around like-minded people.
Yeah.
That you can express yourself in a way that you wouldn't around other people.